It's on.
1.4, they're multiplying whole numbers. Okay. Should start out simple. It starts out with numbers that you multiply in a chain. If you have like 3 times 2 times 5. To multiply that in a chain, multiply these two, 3 times 2, 6 times 5, and that gives you 30. Then write that in your answer column. Okay? If you have 4 times 3 times 1, you already know times 1 is not going to change it. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 1 is just 12. So you can pretty much ignore times 1 when you see times 1. What if you have 7 times 0 times 3 times 96? What's the answer? 0. Look at this. Anytime there's a 0, you have 0. 0 times the next thing, 0. 0 times the next thing, 0. So anytime you see a 0 anywhere, you don't have to do all that multiplication. You already know the answer is 0. Okay? So seeing that 0 should be a relief. Oh, good. 0. Didn't have to do the work. Okay? So you have a few of those in here that say 0, so you can be happy for that. Okay, number 14 says, explain in your own words the associative property of multiplication. Okay, remember the one I just showed you, associative of addition? Let me pop it back up there for a little reminder. There it is. The associative property of addition is going to be the same thing with multiplication in there, but you're going to put it into words, okay? So let me put it with numbers. We'll say A times B times C equals, and the A, B, C stay in the same order, okay? The only thing that's changing is where the parentheses are. Parentheses tells you to do that part first, okay? So in letters, this would be your associative property of multiplication. This is not in words. You still need to find a way to put it into words. If you want some numbers here to look at, you could say 2 times 3 times 4. You could write this out and then explain how this one you would be multiplying the 2 times 3 first and then multiplying it by 4. So that would be 6 times 4. And then this one is telling you to multiply 3 times 4 first, the 12, and then multiply it by 2. And they both come out to 24, but you need to find a way to write that into words. In your answer column, just say C word. You don't need to fit it all into your answer column. Just put, you could put WK also, just C word, and then put your answer in your word, okay? You don't have to fit it all in the margin. So there's your associative property. And you don't have to do commutative because that was an odd problem. Okay, multiply. If you have numbers written up and down, 74 times 8. You multiply 8 times 4 is what? 32. Carry the 3, 32, right? 8 times 7, 56, plus 3, 59. If you don't know your 8s, make sure that your flashcards have 8s. If you make your flashcards, make sure you have some 8s in there. Okay, let's do 67 times 9. 9 times 7? 63. Do other people know it and they're just shy, or you don't know it? You need to learn it if you don't know it. Let's get brave and answer. Come on. 6 times 9? 54. Plus 6? 60. Okay? That's times one number. Let's get down to where it's times two numbers, like maybe where there's a 0 there. Let's do 124 times 20. Okay, if you have a 0 at the end, you don't need to say 0 times each one and have a whole row of zeros. You can if you want to, but you don't have to have that row, okay? And the next thing you would multiply, you'd be doing the 2. Put you a 0 here for that one right there. Put a 0 and then do 2 times 4, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 1, 2. I know you guys know 2 times stuff. You're just shy, huh? Because you weren't doing these, I didn't know because you didn't know it. You aren't answering that, I know you're just shy. Okay. All right, let's do another one. Let's do it with more zeros. Let's do lots of zeros. Let's do 500 times 400. Okay, we don't need lots of zeros. We don't need zeros and zeros. Let's just put 1, 2 zeros, and then do 4 times 0. 0 again. 4 times 0, and a 0 again, and then 4 times 5.
20.
20. Good, you're getting braver. We need some commas in here, huh?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and put a comma there. Okay? You don't need lots of rows. Okay, let's do, if it's written sideways, you don't have to write it both ways, okay? Just like what I told you on addition, you don't have to write it both ways. If you have a problem that's written like this, or if it has a dot, the dot means multiply, okay? The dot means multiply, or if it's touching with parentheses, if it's written like this, that means multiply also. So either one of these, don't write it down, go ahead and put it like this right away. When you see this or you see that, put it so you can start doing your work right away. So this 0, write it here. 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 7,
35.
35, all right. 5 times 9, 45. I know we have more than 2 people here. 4, 6, 4, oops. I shouldn't have wrote the 5 down. That was 45, 6, 7, 8, 48. Comma?
Yeah.
We have to have it, right? There's 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And I guess we should do one with 3 numbers since there's something like that also. One without a 0 in the middle. Yeah, we could do one with a 0 in the middle. How about this one? See you later. 1038. Okay, that looks really long, but there's only going to be 3 rows on the bottom, okay? Because this row we don't have to put. Okay, 8 times 5? 40. And we have another person answering. We got 3 people in here. 8 times 9?
72.
72 plus 4?
76.
76. Put the 6, carry that 7. 8 times 1? 8. Got more people answering. 8 plus 7?
15.
15. Good job, you're answering. Okay, 8 times 2
16,
plus 1,
17,
17. Okay, now we're going to do the 3 row. It's the second number, so we're going to put a 0 for that. 3 times 5, 15. Be careful with lining these up. 15. 3 times 9, 27, plus 1, 28. Put the 8, carry the 2, and turn that one into 2. 3 times 1, 3, plus 2 is 5. Careful lining it up. We didn't carry this time. So let's mark that one out so we don't forget to carry it. 3 times 2, 6. Okay, the 0, we don't need to put a whole row of zeros unless you really feel like you need to. If you're used to it, put those zeros, I don't care. Okay, we're going to be multiplying 1, but we need to put 3 zeros before we do it. Okay, so put 0, 0, 0 down here. And then 1 times 5, 5, 1 times 9, 9, 1 times 1, 1, 1 times 2, 2. Now, if you line them up good, it should be pretty easy to add them up now. Here's your 0, 6 plus 5, 11, carry that 1, 8, and 1 is 9 plus 5, 14, or 13 plus 1, 14. 5 and 5 is 10,
18,
17, 18. Carry that 1. I like to add the 10s, makes it so much easier. 9 and 1 is 10, 16, 17, right? 17, 1 and 1, 2, and then bring that 2 down. Promise? For sure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So do you feel like you have any questions on any of this? We do have word problems. What do you think you're going to do on the word problem? You're going to probably multiply. This is multiplying whole numbers, so just pick out the numbers that you have to multiply. Lots of times they may put like a year or something in there to try to throw a number that you have to know that it doesn't count. So sometimes, like that 60-second thing a while ago, you have to know when to not use the numbers. I told you it only had to go to 100, or no? Look on your syllabus. Your homework? Your homework only goes to 100, so. Let me look. No. Don't take my word, you always look at the syllabus. No, 1.3 goes to 100, 1.4 goes to 114. So always check your syllabus to see which problems you have to do. So you do need to do all the way to the last page of it. So actually 106, you have to do 105 to do it, right? You have to know the properties for these right here. So even though you didn't have to explain commutative, remember commutative is the one where you change order. So this would probably be commutative, right? The associative is the one with the parentheses for hugs and handshakes. Okay, so that should make this easy, knowing associative and commutative. Okay, then turn it off.